Well, good morning and welcome to sunny Arizona. I'm JD here. We're putting a ginormous system in this 2022 Grand Design Solitude. It is the, let's check what model it is. It's the mid-bunk, really nice rig. It's the 378 MBS rig, and I'll show you what we've got going on right now. So we've been working on trying to figure out where we want to install everything. The customers that are here are just super wonderful in terms of trying to figure out what could be best and what they want, and just kind of figuring out how it's going to work best. So we pretty much had three options that we're looking at for this. This right here was kind of an outdoor kitchen area. There's a fridge right here. Actually, the fridge is right there now. It's fridge, and there's a coffee maker here, and then a Blackstone grill that pulled out right here. So we were talking about putting the solar components in here in this bay. The other idea that we had was putting it, we've done it before a couple of times, putting it just right up in this bay on this wall here, just kind of have it stretch over there. One of the things we did find out, which is very typical, especially these Grand Design Solitudes, the area back behind the kitchen and in this area here, there's a ton of open space. If we just look at that, I mean, a ton of open space. So we're looking at how we can utilize that. And then the third option, which we've done this quite a few times as well, is just right up under here, this front bay, of utilizing this. So they've got the generator shield right here. There's no generator in it. They actually do have an inverter generator that they haul around in their pickup truck. But the idea that we could do is take this generator box out of here and then put everything in the front. It'd be a nice clean install, easy to put everything in there, but it would be quite a bit of work to take this generator box out, relocate all the things that are in there right now. So where we're at, we decided what we're going to do, what we're moving forward with, is this front kitchen area here. This compartment right here, we're going to be taking all of this shelving stuff out and then putting our system in here on the walls. And then right behind this wall, where there's a bunch of open space, is where we're going to be putting the batteries down on the floor. And again, the system that is going on this rig is amazing. You'll be really impressed with what we've got, what they have. So get ready for a fun install. Well, good morning. It's a beautiful day, and I'm going to show you the progress that we made yesterday on the board, on placement of everything. So we're coming up with a three-piece design for all of this. So we're going to have, this is the main back wall of that outdoor kitchen area. We're going to have most all of the components lined up right here, and then we're going to have an inverter on the left side and an inverter on the right wall. So it's going to be, this is going to be tipped up that way, and this one over here is going to be tipped up that way. And then for placement of everything, we had to slide both the Multipluses to the far edge of this board, because the way it's going to be up here, this raceway is going to be nestled in this area right here. We wanted to give it some space to breathe. And then along the bottom here, we have two Lynx distributors that will be going here and here for all of the other components that are going to be hooked up in here. Those will be arriving, I think, later today. We'll get that in. And then we got our servo wires for this are going to be going in the raceway, and then up top to power the display, and then all the other hookups to it. Our Orion 12 to 24 volt charger. So this is the thing that's going to be taking the truck, the 7-pin off of the truck wiring harness, and supplying 24 volts to a 24 volt system. In case I didn't say that earlier, this is a 24 volt battery system on it. So this is going to give it so we can charge from the truck. This is also the breaker going to that, just as a safety. Actually, no, wait. No, this breaker is going on this thing right here, which is our 24 volt to 12 volt step down. So this is going to be powering the 12 volt system in their rig. This goes off of that. I'm still trying to figure out where I want to put this thing at. Also in line after this, we are going to be leaving one of their lead acid batteries in the system on the 12 volt side. Basically just acts as a big capacitor for when they're taking leveling jacks in and out. It supplies just that extra power, because this is a 70 amp output, but leveling jacks take a ton. I'm not sure exactly how much, but they take a lot of power. Then we have our solar breakers right here. We got two strings of solar that are going to be coming in here, And then moving off to the right a little bit more, 2 of the 100 by 50 charge controllers that are going to handle the 2 different strings of solar, which we're actually even looking at maybe adding a little bit more solar depending on how much roof space they have. I mean, they're going all out on this system, which is just amazing. The last thing, and then over here on this side, we've got our second Multiplus. The one thing that I'm really struggling with is where to put our battery shutoff switches. I thought about mounting them up here, just aesthetically I think that would look nice. The thing that I'm worried about though is that these charge controllers, you know, if it's a sunny day and they're really cranking good, they put out a lot of heat. So I don't think I want a shutoff switch sitting right above it, getting hot already. If it's you know, if they're running an air conditioner or two, this shutoff switch has the potential to get warm just on its own. I don't think I want to be adding extra heat. So sorry, I'm kind of thinking this through while I'm doing this video too. So we could probably set it down here. And the other thought too, so we're trying to leave all the components up here on this board because in that bay, they're actually hoping to keep a little bit of storage down low here. Actually, I'm really excited for what they have in mind on this. Hopefully it's all wrapped up by the time this install is done, but it's going to be a really cool use of this bay space. So that's pretty much what we got. We got our distribution's going to be going all along down here. I think it's going to look really nice, and I think it's going to be very, very functional for them and easy to service if anything needs to be, you know, serviced for any reason. So, all right, I'm going to get to screwing down the rest of these components and start running wire and all that fun stuff. All right, here we are up on the roof. We are trying to place the panels, figuring out the best way for all of this to work out. Right now the customer has 12 panels that they're for sure putting on. We decided to get a little crazy and see how many panels we could fit up here using the foam from the packaging. So this sheet of foam actually sets right on the glass of the paneling when they are shipped. So we took a bunch of these out and are placing them around here, and I think we figured out a way to get 16 panels on. Here's Luis right here.
How's it going?
We are right now, we feel kind of like magicians because we were struggling. We had 15 panels and we're doing them in sets of 2. So 15 panels is 14 panels really what we can use. Trying to figure out how to get the 16th panel on, and I think we did it. So this is what we've got so far right now. I'll take you up to the nose and we'll count them out, make sure we can still count. So we've got, oh yeah, the wives are taking off for, it's park day. So they're headed into the park to have some fun, play with other kids. So we've got a panel here, panel going here. Actually, let's count them up this side here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one right here, 5. And then this is panel 6. There's one going here. Panel 7 is number 8. Then we're gonna have 9 right here, number 10 right there. My glove's probably in the frame, sorry. 10, and this is number 11, number 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16 right here. I think we just did it. We can get 16. Now we're gonna figure out, yeah, it's party time, yeah! We're gonna see what kind of losses we'll have with shading now. Just because you can fit 16 on here doesn't mean that that's the best use of money in solar. If, you know, 1.5 of those panels are gonna be shaded completely almost all the time, it's kind of pointless. But we're gonna see, yeah, what kind of shading issues we'll have. Well, good morning. We have solar on the roof now. It is about half screwed down right now. We did everything on the inside there. We just wanted to make sure the panels, we got them up later in the evening yesterday and wanted to make sure they weren't going to blow away at all. So we got the insides that were easy to get to screwed down and die-cord down. So those are amazing. But here is our layout of everything. We still have to wire it in. We were able to fit 16, so 3,200 watts of solar on this rig. Customer's really happy about it. I'm really happy about it. We had to do some Tetris up over here to make everything work, but it is looking amazing. You can see how we got it laid out right now. We have these two back here. Then we're just kind of moving our way up, hopscotching. On the left side of the rig here is where we ended up having to mount a few panels, 3 panels. We had to mount them perpendicular to the rig. The rest of them are all running down in nice lines right there. We got 3 of them on this side that are facing forward, but it is turning out beautifully. We got pretty close on a couple of these things, like to this vent right here, but we still have about an inch of room there. And this one here just barely almost touching the cap there. And the same with this skylight here. We got pretty close to that skylight, but we're able to go over it. We wanted to hug this skylight as close as we could to minimize the amount of shading we would get from this air conditioner if they ever have their rig turned around the other way. Right now the rig is facing north. That way is north. So later this afternoon, actually right now, we're getting a little bit of self-shading from the air conditioning units on the panels on this side of the rig here. But they are really close to getting full sun on everything. Even right now, it's about 10 a.m. Once we get everything else hooked up on this, the wires all ran and poked down into the bay. We still have to finish wiring up the board. We wanted to get the panels up yesterday and today because tomorrow it's calling for some rain, and it's no fun trying to do solar panels in the rain. So, which is kind of surprising. We've been getting a lot of rain down here, which is kind of nice. All right, I'll check in with you guys later. All right, we got the solar all wired in and everything. We are just about ready to go through and die core all of the screw heads and all the connections. And there's our helper on the ground about to throw up the paper towels for us. You ready, Gibson?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, I'll wait. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
You can do it, Gibson.
I'm ready.
Wherever.
Try, and then,
Yes!
almost.
I did perfect. I just need to be down here.
Try again. Here we go. You got it. You got it. Boom!
Yes!
Look at that! Woohoo!
Touchdown.
The crowd goes wild. All right, now let's go die core some stuff down. All right, checking in on today's progress. We didn't do any filming yesterday because it was kind of a rainy, dreary day in the afternoon. Started wiring this in, which actually had to move everything into the clubhouse. This is the clubhouse in here. As soon as we get the shop built, it'll all be taking place out there. But that is hopefully coming in the next month or 2. But we had to move into the clubhouse, so this stuff didn't get rained on. Just finished wiring up everything that can be wired on the board prior to installing it. We got our AC mains right here and here, and then for this one as well, got these wired in. Those are the biggest pain to put in, but we got them wired in here. It's way easier than laying sideways in a bay, trying to get as much leverage as you can to push those wires in there. That's not fun. But everything else, so just kind of a quick run over. So we've got Multiplus 24 volt, Multiplus 3000 here, and then one on the opposite side over here. I think is going to look really cool. And again, it's not that big of a deal. They don't need to be side by side. It actually works out really nice for putting them in because these things weigh a lot. And when you have 2 of them on one backboard, that backboard gets heavy. So we have them separated for that and pre-wired as much as we can. We got Lynx distributor here, another Lynx distributor here, the Lynx shunt right here, and then the Lynx power in. So all of our peripherals are going in here. This Multiplus is landing right here on this view. So there will be 2 open spots on the Lynx distributor where stuff could be added. And then our Lynx power in over here, the way we're going to have the batteries wired in, so they have 2 SOK 24 volt 100 amp hour batteries. Oh, no, they have 4 of those batteries, and so we're doing 2 strings of 2 each. The batteries are going to be paralleled together, so it's all staying 24 volt. But that's going to be coming in here. We have the 2 shutoff switches. We'll have them come through the back board right here and here, and then going up and powering in. We'll have the negative probably poke through this raceway somewhere here to land on the Lynx power in as well. I think that's about it. I have the bench power supply here to test everything. Got it all programmed last night. It's working amazingly. I'm excited to get this in and fired up and test it all, see how the solar's doing, see how everything's doing. They are hanging out an extra day as well. It's Friday today. They're going to be hanging out until Sunday morning and taking off. So we'll have all day tomorrow to test the system, really push it, make sure everything's working the way it should. All right, I'm going to stop talking and we're going to get this installed. Well, good morning. It is a beautiful day here in Arizona. Just finished up this install last night. Actually, I'm all dressed up fancy like it's Sunday, church day. So I'm going to be headed to that here in a little bit. But wanted to show you the recap of the install, the rig, how all of that turned out. This has been a massive install on a massive system that is working absolutely great. So we got, you can't really see it right now. You can see just the edges of the solar panels on the roof. Up there, we ended up fitting 3,200 watts of solar on the roof, all tied together. So we did it. It's 16 of the Rich Solar Mega 200 panels. We wired them in sets of 2. So it is, what does that be? 16, 8. So each string, so we have 2 charge controllers, so we had 2 separate drops coming down in there. One for basically the front half, it's all the solar panels, and one for the back half of the solar panels on the roof. That way, kind of trying to maximize if there's a little bit of shading in the back, that front one is still able to fire 100% and not have to deal with a little bit of shading in the back or a little bit of shading in the front to cut that down. So that turned out amazingly. You still have plenty of space to walk on the roof too. I was surprised that you could do that with how much solar there is up there, but you can service everything. That turned out really nice. Now down here in the bay, this used to be the camp, the outside kitchen area. We ended up taking out, there's a mini fridge here, and there was like a Blackstone griddle here. The customer said they didn't really use that a whole lot, and we wanted to utilize this space here. So we were able to fit everything in here with room for storage. Actually, we're planning on putting like a coffee maker down here and a little stand for the coffee pods. That's gonna be really cool when they get that fixed up. So right now they're just charging some batteries. But all of this fit right here. Right behind this wall was actually just a storage area, completely walled off. That's where some of the plumbing is on the back side. That's where we put the battery bank. They have 4 SOK 100 amp hour 24 volt batteries. It's a heated battery, just absolutely fantastic, especially for the price. In my opinion, one of the best bangs for your buck that you can get. So we got those setting there. We have those set in 2 strings of batteries. They're wired in parallel, not series, because they're a 24 volt battery, so we can just maintain that 24 volts. But those are both coming in right here. We got 2 shutoff switches. Here, let's get a little closer here. The 2 shutoff switches for the batteries right here and here, and that goes into the Lynx power in, which then goes over to the Lynx shunt. And this is also inside here is the fuse for the system as well, the disaster fuse. And then over here to the Lynx distributors. Sorry, it's so bright. It's sunny. We have the 2 Lynx distributors that puts everything back up here. And on the right side here, we have one of the Multiplus 24 volt 3000s. And way over here, we have the other Multiplus 24 volt 3000. So they are just cranking. Last night, well, actually, too, the way we have those wired in, we have them wired in parallel, so that way the load is balanced coming from them. So we don't have one wired on one leg and one wired on the other leg of the panel. They're actually both outputting on both legs, which makes it really nice. Last night when we were doing the load test on the system, we were able to run all 3 air conditioners at the same time, and it appeared that there was still room to run other loads as well. Like it was firing on all cylinders, working really good. But this system has just been fantastic. I love the way they did this, going with the big system with the proper distribution of everything there. It just made it a whole lot cleaner. And the bottom line too, when you're going with a proper distribution system, it ends up being just a little bit more compared to having a bunch of individual fuses that you're trying to block together, and then a bus bar system, and just all of the lugs and stuff that go into that. It gets pretty complicated, and it's kind of the nickel and dime instead of just, hey, let's shell out the money and do it the right way. So that turned out great. The servo screen inside was a fun adventure. Here, let me show you what we got in here. So the screen, come up to the hallway here, and we were able to mount it right here on this right here. So the bathroom is right behind here. This is a pocket door. I kind of see, oh, they have it closed shut there. This is a pocket door here. The customer was really wanting the screen to be on this wall. We decided to do a little exploratory surgery, and I was able to kind of peel this panel back to see what's back here. And on the pocket doors on this specific model, it's actually, the wall is about 3/4 inch thick on this side before it gets to the door itself. And there's this paneling right here. There's also a paneling on the inside before it gets to the door itself. So we were able to peel this back straight down there. We made an access hole to run the wires all the way down into the bay. It worked out perfect. We were able to mount it right here. Let's see here right now. Yeah, they're already getting about 400 watts coming in. Battery bank. They were running the heat pump last night, so that really drained the batteries, but everything is just cranking good on that. This has been a fun install. So that's the whole system on this. This has been just a blast of a week, crazy busy, but we made it. It's done. Everything is working great. We love it. If you have any questions about this or comments, drop them below. I would love to help you out. Also, if you have any solar or battery needs, we got down here in Quartzsite, Arizona, or up in Minnesota where Sean's at, we would love to help you out. So from all of us at Soda Solar, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.